What's up? How you doing? Why do most restaurants fail? Have you ever noticed that? Whether you live in a city or a municipality, a suburb, if you think back, right, depending on how old you are, most restaurants don't get past 5 years. Think about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Those restaurants in your area, it doesn't matter where you live, but those whatever, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we'll call it 10 restaurants. The 10 restaurants in your immediate area, are they still around from 20 years ago? Probably not. They're not. Now, I understand there could be one restaurant or maybe even two. Hey, they were around since 1705. Sure. But again, most restaurants fail, period. And most restaurants fail within or on 5 years. Why is that? Okay, let's dig into it. So you might own a restaurant. I have a catering business. And I've been in business for 31 years, not from catering, but from my entertainment company. Anyways, but I know a little something about perishables and restaurants. So here's, I think, what happens with restaurants. They are good at being chefs or cooks, but they're not good business people. They don't understand the metrics of business, advertising, marketing, finding a good location. So the first one is know your locale. Location, 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 location. If you're going to open up a storefront of any kind, especially a restaurant. So a lot of these restaurants, they're just so happy and so eager just to have a restaurant. They don't care where it opens. That's the kiss of death. So I think that's the number one reason why most restaurants fail. They pick a shitty location. And when I mean shitty location, they could have high foot traffic, great parking, great car traffic. But for instance, where I am here in New Jersey, in northern New Jersey, okay, there was a great Indian restaurant many years ago. Now, I love Indian food, but this Indian restaurant made one fatal mistake. Beautiful food, beautiful restaurant, plenty of parking, centrally located, but they opened up in an Irish Italian community. Hello? Yes, some Irish, some Italian like Indian food. I do, but most don't. So that was a real kiss of death. And what happened? Yeah, I think they lasted maybe 7 years. I think it was like 5 years. So know your locale, okay? That's the number one reason that restaurants fail. They open up in either no foot traffic, no car traffic, or they have foot traffic, have car traffic, have parking, but nobody wants their food. Not that it's bad food, it's just know your audience. Now, that same Indian restaurant, if it would have opened in Central Jersey, would have done better because Central Jersey, there's more people who are Indian or Asian who have a propensity to like that food. Again, nothing against the food, but know your audience. I mean, again, if I'm opening up an Italian restaurant, I'm probably not going to do that well in a fill in the blank non-Italian neighborhood. I get it. Everybody loves Italian. No, not everybody. So you have to have know your audience, or whatever. If I'm opening up an Irish restaurant or a Persian restaurant, but it's in an Irish community, you know what I mean? Know your audience. Okay, it doesn't have to be 100% that demographic, but it better damn be close. So know your locale, know your audience, the size of the restaurant. Oftentimes, restaurateurs get too big of a place. Now, you can never go wrong if it's too small. That's a good problem. Okay, we got to expand. But when you start off too big and you don't have any prior real experience, your name's not known, and so if the restaurant's too big, that's another kiss of death. Great pizzeria in my area that opened up recently. Great pizzeria in an Italian community. Plenty of parking, foot traffic, car traffic. The only problem is they opened up a massive pizzeria that could seat something like 100 people. It's like, okay, how many places on earth can, be a successful pizzeria? Pizzeria is usually 100-seater, really? So that was the kiss of death for them. Just way too much real estate. When they're closed, they still have to pay the rent, right? So that rent wants to be collected every second of every day. And so way too big. The other one I would say is you're dealing in perishables. And I think that's another big one. So when you're dealing in perishables, I mean, you have to refrigerate them or heat them or keep them good to be eaten. That's tough. That's an hour by hour basis. You got to manpower, go get the perishables, the chicken or the vegetables or the whatever, the milk, all the stuff that needs to be every day has to be replenished every hour sometimes. That's manpower. That's probably reason number two is perishables are just, stay away unless you're like really, really crazy and you want to do this and you love it so much and it's your calling in life and this is all you ever wanted to be was a restaurateur. Perishables are bad. It's not like owning a jewelry store. Diamonds don't need to be refrigerated or heated. You know what I mean? Like, not to say that the jewelry business is easy, but perishables is much harder. So the other thing I would say is too pricey sometimes. You get these restaurants that open up and it's like, hey, you're in a middle-class community, but you're charging, Rolls-Royce prices. It's like, huh? So price matters. People have budgets, most people. I would also say that, again, back to the first thing, restaurateurs, people who are good cooks or chefs, they're good at that, but they don't understand marketing. They don't understand advertising. They don't understand management. They don't understand the location and how to do social media. You can say, hey, you hire people for that. Okay, if you got that kind of money, yeah, sure, but most don't. Okay, so how they can succeed is know your location. Do your market research prior. Know what you're getting into, the demographic. Not only, hey, there's Italian people here, but do those Italian people have a lot of money, medium amount of money, a little bit of money? And yes, is there foot traffic, car traffic, parking, not parking? Are you going to offer delivery? Are you going to offer, a takeout? Are you going to, all these things? You have to know this prior to getting into the fight. The size of the restaurant, I would always err on the side of small, small, small. I'd rather grow into something. I'd rather grow out of something than have to grow into something. That's a big problem. I would also say take 2 days off. And that might sound fucking crazy, but Chick-fil-A does it. They take 1 day off. And I think by getting the rest you need, it's the quality over quantity. So when you are open in your restaurant, you are full afterburners, full blast. You're going after it. You're not, I'm tired. That makes you cranky. That makes you not as friendly with the customers. That hurts your bottom line. So I would say take 2 days off. And when you are open, work a 20-hour shift, whatever, but take 2 days off, whatever day it is, a Tuesday and a Thursday or a Monday and a Sunday, whatever. But you got to give yourself a chance to, to rest and recuperate. Even God took off the seventh day, and you're not God. So you need 2 days, if not even more. But I would say, yeah, take those 2 days off. I would say learn, understand, even if you're going to hire somebody, still learn, understand social media, marketing, advertising. You have to, especially nowadays. You have to have that social media presence every single day. Not once in a while we put up a photo, ding, dang, dong. No, then you're going to fail. Social media is so, so important. And it's free. Hire somebody or get somebody. It takes 2 seconds to put a post up. You don't have to be Steven Spielberg, okay? I would also say if you're opening up a restaurant, you want to diversify your portfolio. So it's like getting into a fight. You want to know more than boxing. You want to know karate, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, sambo. Well, your restaurant, you're going to do catering. You're going to do takeout. You're going to do delivery. You're going to do whatever, Uber Eats. You're going to, have in seating. You're going to have bar seating, whatever. You're going to be able to, offer the food a multitude of different ways. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. So that's it. Hope it helps. But do your homework before you get into it. Understand that really it's a 7-day-a-week, 12-hour days. You will be married to the restaurant. You have to, especially starting out, the first 5 years, you will no longer have friends and family. If they want to see you, they got to come to the restaurant. That's it. It's like no other business. It's absolute. And I've owned multiple businesses. I'm grateful that I'm successful, but food is a different monster, and you have to have a burning desire. You can't be like, yeah, I'm going to open it up and bing, bang, boom, hire a few people, ching, bang, bing, bang. Ain't going to work. The first couple of years, 5 years, especially if you're just starting out, you will be in that restaurant. You will not go home. You will not have friends. You will not have family. I understand. Hey, my friend Johnny, again, 90-something% of restaurants don't even see it past year 5. So do your homework, understand the sacrifice, run the numbers, run the demographics, run the mileage, everything, the lighting, the cost, the water. Try to automate as much as possible. Try to streamline as much as possible. Automate. The most important, one of the big things too is overhead of people, paying people. People get sick, people come in late, people have an attitude. So you want to try to automate as much as possible. Nowadays, it's pretty easy to do that. Okay, hope it helps. Good luck. Go get them. And if this is something you want to do, you can do it. I have faith in you. Don't let the numbers scare you. Just do your homework. All right, all the best. Bye.